The Irish university legislation has a stipulation that the universities must go through an external evaluation, and this was the first time that they needed it, and the capacity in Ireland didn't exist at that time, and the decision was taken by the Quality Agency and by the National Funding Agency to jointly commission IEP. The impact also was that they were able to learn from the much more developed experience at the time of different systems, and for example to bring their quality assurance much closer to the strategic governance and management of the universities, and to link it into other developments that they were trying to do in teaching and learning, in research, in data and monitoring, etc. There was quite a considerable effect, medium to long term, because it was the first time there was an external evaluation of any of the universities. There was a big interest in it, and the IEP team, when the exercise was finished, presented to the national authorities and also to the Minister for Education. They were also able to learn from good practice in other countries to guide the system, and some good ideas about regulation and enabling measures from the side of the authorities, as well as how the universities themselves could improve their quality better. We put in a follow-up process in Ireland with an annual monitoring and reporting mechanism to the Quality Agency and to the Funding Authority, which has been very useful, which means that everybody is confident that things are happening, and it links it into broader policy discussions. And then it meant that when the next coordinated evaluation took place 5 years later, there was already a lot of evidence for the universities to show what had happened and what the effects were and the impact. So that was the follow-up was very important. I suppose Ireland's a small country and needs to look outside. It's healthy for small countries, it's healthy for all countries to look outside for expertise, and the IEP can bring that, but also it must meet its own internal requirements. And in Ireland there were some legislative requirements and regulatory requirements. So the Quality Agency and IEP together sat down and agreed a terms of reference, which was signed off by everybody in advance. That meant that everybody was happy with the process before it started and knew what to expect, which avoided any possible complications along the way. I think that was important. I think the IEP is a very holistic exercise, and we can forget sometimes that it has a lot of other benefits in terms of communicating outside the university, either to national authorities or other interested stakeholders, about what's happening in the university. It gives an external, unbiased view of what is really happening, and but also it provides very useful information for the public. The public needs to know what's going on in the universities and to have confidence in that, and IEP can help maintain and raise that confidence. It was very useful in Ireland for that purpose.